So hi everyone, today we are going to discuss modulation. So yesterday, last class we discussed about the block diagram of communication system. In that block diagram, one of the process is called modulation. So modulation, another name is frequency translation, which means it converts the low frequency into high frequency signal. So it is a process of varying the parameters, amplitude, frequency of carrier signal according to the instantaneous values of the message signal. So message signal is the information what we want to send from the source side, whereas carrier signal, it doesn't have any information. This signal we are using just to carry your message signal, and message signals are generally low frequency signals and carrier signals are high frequency signal. And modulation process is parameter of this carrier signal we are going to vary with respect to the values of message signal. So message signal just mix with the carrier, that is modulated output, and if the amplitude is varying, then modulation is called as amplitude modulation, AM. If frequency is varying, then that modulation is called as frequency modulation, FM. So now we'll see why this modulation is required. So need for modulation, this need for modulation we are going to discuss why modulation is required. See, first one, reduces the height of the antenna. So wavelength, generally we know wavelength means lambda equal to c by f, and c means speed of light, f means frequency. So lambda is wavelength and c means speed of light, f means frequency. So height of the antenna is the function of wavelength. Generally height of the antenna depends on the wavelength. Suppose, and is a function of height of the antenna is directly proportional to lambda by 4. We'll take an example. If suppose frequency of the message signal is 15 kilohertz, the height of the antenna will be lambda by 4 we know. So lambda means c by f. So c by f by 4. So frequency is 15 kilohertz. Just now we consider frequency is, so c by f is 15 kilohertz. So 15 into 10 power 3 into 4. So we know speed of the light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So substitute that value and simplify this. So we got the value, that is 5000 meters. That means 5 kilometers. So without modulation, we got height of the antenna is 5 kilometer. Practically, implementation of 5 kilometer height of antenna is very difficult. So we need a modulation. So the message signal is modulated to a frequency of 1 MHz. So modulation is required. Suppose if you take a modulation, then my message signal is modulated to the frequency of 1 MHz instead of 15 kilohertz. So now we'll calculate height of the antenna for 1 MHz frequency. So height of the antenna equal to lambda by 4 and c by f, and c divided by 1 MHz means 1 into 10 power 6 into 4. C means we know 3 into 10 power 8 speed of the light. Simplify this. So we got the value 75 meters. So compared to the 5 kilometers, 75 meters is practically we can implement this much 75 meters height of antenna. So height of antenna is reduced when the frequency is increased. So this height could be possible to implement easily. So modulation is needed. So we'll see the second one. Avoids the mixing of signal. Suppose if we transmit, for example, if you take a TV channels, so many TV stations are received by a single receiver, but without mixing the stations, right? So that could be possible because of the modulation process. So that is nothing but avoiding the mixing of signals. See, different message signals from different sources are modulated with different carrier frequency. Hence, this avoids the mixing of signal. What here they are coming to say? For example, here you just see this figure, message 1, message 2, message 3. This you take it as a channel 1, channel 2, channel 3 in a TV set. different channels or broadcast over the different frequencies, right? So that is why the signals are not mixed with one another, right? See, that is what given here. See, message signal, this message signal is mixed with this unique carrier, and the second message is mixed with this second carrier, and this one is mixed with this carrier. So carrier, this is carrier 2 and this is carrier frequency 3. So all are unique and different. So the message final modulated signals 1, 2, 3 will not mix with one another. And third one, increase the range of communication. See, why we go for modulation? Actually, our audio frequency can reach over certain distance. Beyond that, over long distance, the signal could not travel. So modulation is of course required to make the signal suitable for longer distance. So we'll see that one. Modulation means frequency translation, that is transfer the low frequency into high frequency. When I start the modulation topic itself, I told you modulation means it's transferring the low frequency signals into high frequency signals. Low frequency means message signal, which means another name is baseband signal. Baseband means low frequency. High frequency means carrier signal. Another name is pass band or band pass also we can say. So low frequency is converted into high frequency when the signal undergoes modulation. So high frequency signal can be radiated over long distance. Our low frequency audio frequency signals cannot travel long distance, whereas high frequency signals can be radiated over longer distance. So we'll move on to the fourth one. Allows the multiplexing of signals. See, multiplexing means transmission of two or more signals simultaneously over the same channel. See, again I want to tell you the TV broadcast. So in TV broadcast, many stations are transmitted over a same path, right? So that process is called as multiplexing. This multiplexing could be possible if and only if the signals undergoes the modulation process. I already told you, no, you just see this figure. In this figure, each and every message signals undergoes modulation, and each and every signal is mixed with the unique and different carrier frequencies, so that the signals cannot mix with each other, and the signals, this all signals we can transmit over a same path. So that is nothing but multiplexing. So modulation allows the multiplexing and signals with the help of different carrier frequency. That is what I told you, no? We'll move on to the fifth one. Improves the quality of reception. So reduces the effect of noise, and hence it improves the quality of reception of the message signal. So message signal is received in the receiver side, and the quality will not get reduced because of this modulation process. How it will reduce? Generally, the message signal, if it mixes with the noise, then definitely the quality of the message will reduce. But when you use the modulation, it can easily reduces the effect of noise. So automatically it improves the quality of the message signal while receiving. We move on to the sixth one. Allows the adjustment in bandwidth. See, bandwidth means generally it depends upon the carrier frequency. So carrier frequency we only decide the carrier frequency, which frequency we want, right? And the carrier frequency will be generated by using your oscillators. Already I told you oscillator means, previous class we discussed about oscillator. Oscillator means it produces the oscillations. Oscillation is nothing but sine wave, right? So with some frequency, right? So with the help of oscillator we can generate the carrier frequency, and carrier frequency is our choice. So bandwidth is depends on carrier frequency. So we can adjust the bandwidth with the help of this carrier frequency selection. So that's all about the need for modulation. We'll move on to the types of modulation. So many types are there in modulation, but in our syllabus we have only amplitude modulation and frequency modulation, AM and FM. So we are going to discuss only AM and FM only, here, but many types are there in modulations. Remember, so two types of modulation we are going to see. One is amplitude modulation AM, next one is frequency modulation FM. So amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation is the process of varying the amplitude of the carrier signal according to the instantaneous values of the message signal. Already this definition we discussed in the modulation itself, but here the particular what the difference we are seeing is amplitude is varying. Amplitude is varying. Next, frequency and phase angles are constant or kept constant here. Only amplitude is varying. See, message signal is the low frequency signal, baseband signal, and carrier signal is high frequency signal, passband. This we discussed already. So this is the waveform of amplitude modulation. See, message signal, first we have taken a message signal with some frequency. This is a low frequency signal, sine signal, right? This is a message signal, M of t, and Vm is the amplitude of the message signal. And C of t is a carrier signal with high frequency. Just see the difference. This is low frequency signal. This is the high frequency signal, and with the amplitude Vc. Now this is the amplitude modulated signal AM of t. See how we are getting this kind of signal, amplitude variated signal. Just I will explain you. See, this is a carrier signal and amplitude is Vc, right? See, on the carrier signal we are going to place the message signal. Suppose on the carrier signal, if I place the message envelope, means this envelope, this is the variation of the message, right? So if I place the message signal variations like this, then the carrier amplitude will vary with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal. That is what the definition of AM. AM definition is varying the amplitude of the carrier signal with respect to the instantaneous values of the message, right? So this is nothing but superimposition of the message on the carrier. That is the amplitude modulated signal, right? So according to the instantaneous value of the message, your carrier amplitude is varied. So that is the amplitude modulated signal, and this is V minimum, is the minimum level, and this is the V maximum level, amplitude level, right? Here amplitude is varying but frequency is same. Just observe, in carrier whatever the frequency is there, that same frequency only here also, and carrier is frequency is same, and phase angle also, frequency is same, phase angle also same, only amplitude is varying. So we'll see the expression of AM wave. So expression of AM wave will come in the exam, like derive the expression of AM signal, like that the question will come, remember this. So we'll see the expression of AM wave. Consider the message signal M of t equal to Vm sin omega t. Generally sine signal general form we know, it will be like this only, no? This we already know. And Vm is the notation just I am using for message, and Vc is the notation I am using for carrier. So for message Vm sin omega t, carrier C of t equal to Vc sin omega Ct. See omega m, we will see here. Vm is the amplitude of the message signal, Vc is the amplitude of the carrier signal, omega m is the angular frequency of the message signal, omega c is the angular frequency of the carrier signal. See, generally we know carrier signal is high frequency signal, message is the low frequency, which means omega c is always greater than omega m, right? So that is what given here. Omega c is always greater than omega m, so omega c greater than always omega m, remember. Now I am going to find the expression of AM wave. So I am just taking a notation, AM of t is the AM wave notation, AM of t equal to, see what we are going to do here is, only the amplitude I am going to vary, amplitude of the carrier signal amplitude Vc, that is Vc, no? Vc I am going to vary with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal m of t, right? So what I am going to do here is amplitude of the carrier is Vc, add the m of t with this Vc, then what will happen? The amplitude of the carrier will vary with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal, right? So this is what we done here. So Vc plus m of t into sine omega ct. So simplify this one. So Vc sine omega ct plus m of t into sine omega ct. And simplify, we will be getting m of t, substitute m of t value, Vm sine omega mt into sine omega ct. So see, Am of t is now Vc sine omega ct plus Vm sine omega mt into sine omega ct. So this is in the form of sin A sin B form, right? So sin A sin B formula we know, cos A minus B minus cos A plus B divided by 2. So according to this, so if I write, if I substitute, if I follow this formula, then we will be getting cos of omega c minus omega m t minus cos of omega c plus omega m t. See, why I am taking omega c is the first value means because omega c is a higher than the omega m. Omega c is a greater value compared with omega m. That's why omega c is taken as a first frequency. So, and this is a carrier component. In this clearly explained, this is the carrier component, and omega c minus omega m is the lower sideband LSB. Omega c plus omega m is the upper sideband USB. Generally, band means frequency. Why we are telling this is lower means omega c minus omega m, right? Both omega values are positive value, which means omega c plus omega m is the greater value. Omega c minus omega m is the lower value, right? That's why we are taking this the lower sideband and this is the upper sideband. And this is the AM expression, final AM expression we got. And here MA, you might have a doubt, what is this MA? We'll discuss about this MA. See, here I have given MA means modulation index, and MA is equal to Vm by Vc. So we'll see the model about this modulation index later. So this is the AM expression, AM spectrum. This is I'm taking in x-axis frequency and in y-axis amplitude. And with respect to omega c, see here, with respect to omega c, amplitude is Vc. With respect to omega c minus omega, that is LSB, with respect to LSC, what is the amplitude? MAVC by 2. And in USB, what is the amplitude? Same amplitude, MAVC by 2. That is what we plot in the graph. With respect to omega c, amplitude is Vc, and with respect to lower sideband, upper sideband, the amplitude is MAVC by 2. So this is the AM spectrum. And bandwidth of AM is 2FM. And modulation index, see, modulation index means generally it is the modulation depth of modulation. See how much modulation is taken, that we can measure with the help of this modulation index. It is the ratio between amplitude of message signal and amplitude of carrier signal. It is used to determine the strength and quality of the transmitted signal. Suppose this is used to actually, suppose if modulation is not taken in particular level, then the quality will reduce, right? So that quality and strength we can measure by using this modulation index. And modulation index denoted as MA for AM, and MA equal to Vm by Vc. Vm means amplitude of the message signal, Vc means amplitude of the carrier signal. So we move on to so that's all about the AM. Now we move on to the frequency modulation, FM. So it is a process of varying the frequency. So here the difference is frequency, right? Here we are varying the parameter frequency. So process of varying the frequency of the carrier signal according to the instantaneous value of the message signal. Same definition, instead of amplitude we are writing here frequency. Amplitude and phase angles are kept constant. Here in FM, amplitude and phase angles are kept constant, but frequency is varying. So message signal is a low frequency signal baseband and carrier is a high frequency passband. This we know already. FM expression, you just write this FM expression directly. Fm of t equal to Vc sine of omega c t plus del f by Fm sine omega m t. And this del f by Fm is MF, modulation index. We'll discuss about this modulation index later. See, del f means frequency deviation. Frequency deviation is nothing but how the carrier frequency is deviated, how much amount of the carrier frequency deviated, and Fm means we already know frequency of the message signal. And the waveform of these are the waveforms, message signal, carrier signal. These both signals are same. What we discuss in what we seen in the AM, no, message and carrier, same here also. The difference is only Fm of t. See, in this Fm of t, amplitude is same. See, amplitude is constant, right? But frequency is varying. This frequency variation is directly proportional with this instantaneous values of the message signal. See here, for first half cycle, the frequency is, here I am taking higher frequencies, right? And for the negative half cycle, next negative half cycle, the frequency is low compared with this. And again, positive half cycle, the frequency is high. And for negative half cycle, the frequency is low. Like this, alternatively the frequencies are varying with respect to the instantaneous values of, with respect to the positive half cycle and negative half cycle of the message signal, right? But amplitude is same. See here, I have mentioned clearly higher frequency area, this duration interval, time interval, the frequencies are high, and in this time interval the frequencies are low. We can observe from this figure clearly, it is we are seeing that frequencies are varying with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal. So spectrum, FM spectrum. See, in this FM spectrum, omega c, with respect to omega c, amplitude is Vc. Just see the expression, FM expression, in that it is given, and sidebands are infinite. If you know del f value, exact value, then we can say how many number of sidebands will come here, right? And MF means, already I told you, modulation index for FM, and which is equal to del f by FM. Bandwidth of FM equal to 2 into del f plus FM. This is for ideal case. Generally, if del f value if we know, then we can calculate the bandwidth of FM. Modulation index. So it is the ratio between the frequency deviation and the frequency of the message signal. And it is used to measure how much the carrier frequency gets deviated from its actual value. Already I told you about this one, how much the carrier is deviated, that we can measure by using this modulation index. Modulation index denoted as MF for FM, MF equal to del f by FM. So last topic, compare AM and FM. So AM, FM we have taken. First point is amplitude is varying in AM, whereas frequency is varying in FM. Frequency and phase are constant in AM. Amplitude and phase are constant in FM. Next point, AM covers more distance. So generally AM covers more distance. FM is limited to the shorter distance. Generally in FM radio also you might have observed FM it covers only the shorter distance. And modulation index just now we discussed for AM, that is MA equal to VM by VC, and for FM just now we discussed MF equal to del f by FM. Bandwidth we discussed, bandwidth equal to 2FM for AM. For FM, bandwidth equal to 2 into del f plus FM. Noise is more for AM, noise is less for FM. See why noise is more we are telling, because the reason is generally noise is is the amplitude variated signal. So where amplitude is varying among these two? In this technique, AM technique only, amplitude is varying. So whenever noise interfered with this AM signal, it is very difficult to remove the noise because the message signal itself amplitude is varying, right? So it is very difficult to remove the noise in AM compared with FM. See why in FM noise immune is more. The reason is here amplitude is constant, right? So we can remove the noise easily compared with AM. And next point is simple and less expensive. See, circuits are very simple and it is less expensive, and here circuits are complex and it is very expensive. Efficiency is less. See, noise is more means automatically efficiency will reduce. So that's why in AM efficiency is less, here efficiency is more. The reason is noise is less. Last point, only two sidebands, here infinite sidebands. Already I told you the sidebands are depends on the del F. How much the del F, particular del F, if you know, then we can calculate the sidebands. But here we know only upper sideband, lower sideband, so only two sidebands. Thank you.